Hi Collective, I'm continuing the Major Arcana Tarot Cards from the journey from the Fool to the World. And today we're looking at number 8, Justice. The Justice figure is usually depicted as female, a feminine energy, holding the sword of truth and clarity and justice in one hand, and the scales of justice in the other hand. This is a very positive energy. When it turns up in your reading, it usually means balance is entering your life. Your decisions recently have led you on a path of righteousness, equal give and take, balance of body and spirit. Peaceful equilibrium of mind is achieved by keeping a calm outlook on life, perhaps after some struggles and upheavals. So that's the basic meaning for the card. So let's have a look at some of the images. There is Justice sitting on her throne, holding the sword. It's a sword of honesty, transparency, clarity and truth. And then, of course, weighing up the scales, the scales of balance. So is what you're doing is balanced or even justified? Justice will decide for you. There's two figures up here that are both cloaked in gold, which is a very high spiritual meaning, very high connection to the divine, to source. So your sense of justice would be influenced by the divine and guarded and protected as well. So Justice's sword is pointing downwards, downwards to the yin and the yang sun, positivity, optimism and balance. This one's raised, so that's very much about transparency and clarity and truth. And here's the scales. From the dragon set we have them both carved into stone. This is the sword of clarity and truth, together with the scales of balance here. And there's a messenger from the divine looking down. This is basically what you're doing here. Are you doing the right thing? Are you setting it in stone? Once you've done it, you can't change it. Once it's set in stone, it's unchangeable. Tonight we drink in Valhalla. That's from the England Tarot. Alchemy of England Tarot here. Justice, she has very large sword. Can't see any scales in this picture. But, you know, no scales here. So basically, this justice is very strict. Driving down her sword. Retribution, in case you're doing something that's not ethical or not considered acceptable by the divine, you will have to pay the price. But tonight we're drinking Valhalla. That's before the judgment. Before the judgment day comes, we have a quick drink. Yeah, that's here. The usual depiction here with the sword raised and the scales here on the side. It's a direct connection to the divine here. With these little plugs plugging into the socket of the universe. Then we have one here. She has a rather large sword here, goes right into the water, into the oceans of emotions. And her scales are actually coming from her third eye. So she is very guided by the divine and using her intuition. So that would be intuitive justice here, if this card came up in your reading. And also emotional justice. So it will be balancing out the mind and the emotions, the mind and the spirit, so to speak. And we have the sun here. This is optimism, this is positivity. And we have the connection to the sky, we have the connection to the divine here. So the scales go right up to the divine and then turn into these two balancing vessels here. The sword's coming straight from the heart chakra here. This is more an emotion-based justice. Intuitive, instinctful. Yes, you can have justice. You can have mental justice, you can have physical justice, you can have emotional justice, and you can have spiritual justice. So various decks cater for various aspects of, of your Major Arcana card. So I hope this has helped you understand the card a little bit more, maybe. And hope to see you again in the next reading. What's next on the list is number 9. The Hermit. So until then, take good care. Bye-bye.